All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So today we're going to be talking about something. This is a discussion video about some of the phones that I have. I have all the latest from Samsung, obviously, and then I have the latest from Google. So the discussion isn't so much about Google at this point. I think a lot of people definitely love the Pixel Fold. I love it. I think it's a great device. I've given you the video in comparison from the Z Fold5 to the Pixel Fold and some things I've noticed for owning both. But a question keeps coming up about this device right here. This is the S23 Ultra. Now, a lot of people have this device and they are actually on the fence about giving it up for the Pixel Fold, the Z Fold5, or the Z Flip5. Now, in this video, you're just going to hear my opinion. Do not make your decision based off of my opinion. Make your decision based off of what you think your needs may be. Now, here in the last few weeks or so, probably the last couple of months, I would say, you've heard me talking about how great this phone is and how it is easily turning out to be the phone of the year for me. So some people did trade in, or I think some people are going to trade in, or they traded in their S23 Ultra for the Z Fold 5. I personally would not do that. I think the Ultra has the characteristics of the Z Fold 5, and then it has its own characteristics that make it unique in itself. So some of the reasons that I would not trade in this device for the Fold 5 is just strictly because of the design of it. It is a traditional slab style device, and it costs less too, but it's a traditional slab style device, and that's just it, traditional. It's got more use case scenarios, I would say, for the majority of the masses of people buying smartphones. So meaning you just have this one screen, and it's a big screen at that, 6.9, right? Almost 7 inches. And it is just a phenomenally beautiful display too. So there's less moving parts in comparison to the Z Fold 5, because that seems to be something that a lot of people, I keep seeing that in my comments a lot about, I have the S23 Ultra. I think I want to pull the trigger and trade it for the Z Fold 5. Now, again, this is your choice. Personally, I didn't give this up for. I had a Fold 4 that I actually sold off and then took the money and bought. I sold my Fold 4 and I put all the money towards the Fold 5. And you know, for the S23 Ultra, you know, I've said it. I had the S22 Ultra, the S21 Ultra, the S20 Ultra, whatever they were, the pluses, whatever the biggest ones were, and the S23 Ultra is checking a lot of boxes for just smartphones in general, and it is checking a lot of boxes for like the ultimate phone. But one of the main reasons I would not get rid of this for the Fold 5, now obviously I have the Fold 5, but I wouldn't get rid of this per se for this device, for the Fold 5, because this it seems real complete and it seems really traditional. It seems like I have more use case scenarios for this. Even though both of the phones are very premium feeling, and they if you drop either one of them, they'll probably break on the first drop, or they'll at least get really banged up. I think they both will shatter on the first drop, you know, depending on the angle and how they drop. But I don't like cases. As you can see, I don't wear cases, but that's just me. You do you. I wear cases when I go outside sometimes, but most of the time I don't wear a case on the device. I want to feel the device. But that's one of the first things I would say reason I would not trade in this device over to move over to the Fold 5. The S23 Ultra is just that good. Now, something that people talk about a lot with the Fold lineup is, oh, I want pen support. I want pen support on the front display. I want pen support. I want pen support. So many people keep saying this, and here's a device that has the ability to just have the pen right in the body of the phone. This is something that you should want right here when you're thinking about an S Pen. And I think that's gotta be, it should be one of the top selling reasons why you would not want to leave this device for the Fold 5, because you're gonna have to carry the Fold 5's pen separately. Now, I do have the OEM case. I bought the OEM case with the new S Pen. It's actually really sleek. I like it a lot. I use it that way. However, it's in the case, and I like to wear the phone with no case. So most of the time I don't have my S Pen with me. So, you just bear that in mind if you opt to give up your S23 Ultra for the Z Fold5, which does have pen support on the inner display. But so many people keep talking about the outer display. Well, with the S23 Ultra, you just get a display and you get all the S Pen suite that goes with it. You can control the camera. You can do whatever you want to do with it. Now you do have some S Pen functionality with the Fold5, but the original, the Galaxy Note lineup, which is pretty much what this is, it's going to offer you the best experience with the S Pen suite. And that is something that I hear a lot of people commenting on about the S Pen suite and how they wish the Fold5 could do this and they wish the Fold5 could do that. But I would think that those people would have been eyeing the S23 Ultra a long time ago. Yeah, the Fold 4 is nice. The Fold 5 is nice. The folding devices are nice. But if you're a Samsung fan, I would think you would be eyeing this device, especially all the comments about the S Pen. S Pen, S Pen, S Pen. That's all people really talk about when they talk about the Fold 5, like shortcomings and things like that. That's one of the main things I'll say I hear people talking about. And I'm thinking, all you have to do is get the S23 Ultra. You still get a ginormous display. You get a more traditional style device, and you get better battery. That is another reason why I would not give up the S23 Ultra for the Fold 5, because this device is dialed in. The Fold 4 became dialed in, but in the Fold 5 it seems to be dialed in. I've already given you some great points on it. I think it's a phenomenal device, but obviously from where I sit, I'm not doing any trading or anything like that of these devices, so I'm getting to experience them anytime I want. So I did end up starting. I know I had closed all my lines. I had 4 lines. I ended up starting another line, and it's on the S23 Ultra. And I transfer this via eSIM between devices if I feel like I want to use something else. But my main SIM card is a physical SIM card, and I am still with Visible Wireless. I left T-Mobile a long time ago. It's been about 3-4 months. I don't know, 2 or 3 months, something like that. I still have 2 more vacant slots for you guys to get service with Visible on the referral program. So be sure to hit the link in the description and grab Visible, man. You can try it out for a month. Get a big discount. If you don't like it, don't port your number in. Stay with your current provider. But Visible Wireless has been great for me. The only plug I would say is that their internet speeds aren't as fast in more areas than T-Mobile. T-Mobile has great internet speeds when they work. But as far as phone calls, Visible runs on Verizon Wireless network. So that right there has been a huge plus for me. I never miss a phone call anymore. I have service everywhere, which was one of the reasons I needed to switch to a different provider, and Visible was just the right choice for me at the moment. Now I do want to try out Boost Mobile as well, but as far as T-Mobile goes, I don't think I'll go back to them. I was with them for 27 years, even before they were officially T-Mobile, and I'm just not feeling the bad service. Ever since they switched and added with Sprint and did the merge and all that other stuff, the service went downhill for me for some reason, and I'm in one of the major markets. Nonetheless, battery life. Battery life on the S23 Ultra is at least a day longer. If I can put it into a term that you would understand, it's at least a day longer for me in my usage. Now, we all know that battery life depends on the user. Always keep that in mind. Battery life depends on the user. So just because I'm telling you I get 2.5 days or so out of this device, that doesn't mean you're going to get 2.5 days out of this device. It just doesn't mean it. What do I use this device for to get that kind of battery life? This phone, believe it or not, now when you use the camera on your phone, it really pulls a lot of battery. Just know that. Using the camera on your device pulls a ton of battery, because I'm recording sometimes for 2 or 3 hours. And right now, I started the day with 100%, and I've been recording, and I've been using this phone to record. And I am now at 73%, and I've been recording all morning. I've been recording all morning, and you can see the time there. What time is that? It's 3:23, looks like. And I've been recording all day with this phone, and I've only burned through just under 30%. So with the Fold, I can do that, but I will definitely burn through the battery faster. I do have some vlogs coming up I'm pointing over here because the Fold is sitting over there. but I'm trying to focus on the S23 Ultra because the S23 Ultra users they've been having a lot of. It seems like they're very indecisive now that the Fold has come out, and then also now that the Flip5 has come out, which I do have as well. I got a follow-up coming up on the Flip5 as well, so stay tuned for that. But the S23 Ultra, folks, the battery life for me has been phenomenal, and I've been recording with it non-stop. Like all the videos that I've been doing lately have just happened to be with this device, and I normally would use my iPhone 13 Pro Max or the 14 Pro Max, but I have never used to record videos on the channel the Pixel Fold, and I've already talked about why I wouldn't do that. The Pixel Fold is the king of photos. Google has mastered the art of that, but the cameras on the Pixel Fold just don't measure up to Samsung's cameras, and that is another reason why I would keep the S23 Ultra over the Pixel Fold. Let me show you I think I'm Pixel Fold or Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. My bad. I got so many phones, man. I get them mixed up. But I would definitely not give up my S23 Ultra for the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5. I just wouldn't do it because the cameras are great on the Fold 5. Don't get me wrong. They are phenomenal. However, this phone has all the cameras that you'll ever need to run a YouTube channel, to shoot a wedding, to do whatever you want to do for your social media content. This phone will get it done for you, folks. Trust me when I tell you, you will be more than happy with this product right here when it comes to the cameras. And I don't just mean video. I mean photos, everything. The fact that the Z Fold 5 and just pretty much all the Samsung phones have that Pro Suite. Like even my Fold 5 has that Pro Suite. Shout out to the Fold 5 or the Z Flip 5. My gosh, when you have a lot of phones, folks, it is. I start scrambling, get the names mixed up. But that display on there is just killing it right now. I'm loving it. Even that phone has really good battery life right now. But the cameras on here and all the Samsung in the camera suite, it has just one of the best camera suites of any phone that I've used. Outside of Huawei, I wish I still had my Mate 20X. I'm still on the hunt for one of those that is brand new in the box, in that purple looking color. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna let it go. But the camera suite and software on Samsung's products is just really good. No one can deny this. Well, you can try to deny it, and you can say that you don't like it, and I'll respect that. If you don't like Samsung's camera suite, respect. Can't force you to like it. But what I can do is tell you that this phone right here has produced more footage now on the channel than pretty much any of the other phones I've had in the last 12 months. This camera setup on here, it is that good. I guarantee you. So you've got great cameras is another reason why I wouldn't give it up. Great battery life. You know what I mean? The full traditional suite of the S Pen that's on the original, which is basically the Note. The hardware on here, while it's really good and matches the Fold 5's hardware as far as it feeling premium and things like that, that's just another reason why I wouldn't give it up too, because it's a traditional like slab style device, and it's just going to be easier for more people to adjust more than likely. This phone is just as delicate as the Fold 5, but you don't feel like you have to baby this one as much because it doesn't have an inner display with a thin layer of glass and a thin layer of plastic. It just doesn't have those things, and I think that the more and more you use the Fold 5, you'll get used to it. I'm used to the Fold 5. I don't baby my devices. I don't even go outside with cases on them most of the time. So you just bear that in mind how you want to take it. But I just throw them in my pocket. They fall out my pocket all the time. Haven't dropped it on concrete just yet. But I did drop my Fold 4 on concrete, and it scratched up the side really bad, but it still worked. So, there's a lot of things on this display, on this phone that I really like, but the display is actually another reason why I would not give it up. Now, I know the Fold 5 has flex mode, and the Z Flip 5 has flex mode, and foldables have flex mode, but there's nothing better than just watching a video. And let me pull one up here. There's nothing better than just watching a video. I know you have to hold it or whatever, some of you guys might say, but there's just nothing better than watching just a full-fledged just video just killing it. It's looking smooth. And the display, I know they're all Samsung displays. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on bright a little bit brighter. I really don't have to. I'm going to put the brightness to about 35%. It's going to be really bright for you because of the camera. But I'm using my Sigma with my Sony. There's nothing better than just watching a video in this big cinematic view right here. Yeah, I can go ahead and use the foldables in flex mode, but tell me that is just not a big, ginormous, beautiful way to watch your content. It just is. The only thing that's kind of matching that is when you watch things on the Pixel Fold or my Surface Duo, because those phones have that bigger display, basically two larger displays when you're watching content. So I could go on and on down the list, I think, for reasons why I wouldn't get rid of, why I didn't get rid of my S23 Ultra for the Fold5. Of course, I had a Fold4, so that's what I sold off for that. But even if I didn't, I still would not give up this device for the Fold5. The Fold5 is, even though it's the 5th generation, I just don't know that I would want to give away the camera suite and the S Pen that's built into the device and the better battery life and just this ginormous, beautiful display. Some things just feel right. And Samsung just does it right when it comes to some of their products. And this is one of them. And those are some of the reasons why this will probably end up being my phone of the year. Now, that's contingent on the Pixel 8 dropping and it just blowing everything out of the water. For the Pixel 8 to win my phone of the year, because I know it's coming later and the iPhone is coming too, it's going to be a tough deal for Google or Apple to take down this phone right here. And I'm just being all the way 100, because remember, I have that beautiful blue 7A. And when it comes to a more affordable package, that phone wins, just like the 6A won last year for me as phone of the year. The 6A was a really complete phone, and the cameras actually really surprised me. So I kind of focused on that. I kind of gave it all because the price was so low. Now, the 7A cost a little more, and it's more of a premium device, but the cameras don't match Samsung's cameras enough for me to push that over the top. Now, I know this phone costs 3 times the price or almost 2.5 times the price, but more people can get a hold of the 7A financially. They probably could. And the only reason a lot of people might have this is because of trade-ins and, carrier deals or whatever. But I still employ a lot of people to check out the Fold5. It is a beautiful, beautiful device. You cannot beat just this majestic. It's just beautiful. I'm gonna put that same video up on this display and just kind of show you what I mean about having to make those adjustments on things that you really shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to do certain things when I'm watching videos, and the S23 Ultra just does it. It's just a phenomenal. The video is just beautiful. So let me go ahead and put it to 4K, and I'm going to put the display at about the same, put it at 35%. And the Fold5 plays it great. It plays it great. And then if I want to switch it to the side and go full screen, this is what it looks like. And then I want to go flex mode. I can flex it. This is what it looks like. So it's just a matter of how you perceive, how you want to spend your money, for one, and how you want to look at content. But I still say that there is so much to be desired from this lineup, that this Fold lineup, that the S23 already does. So for all the people that were wondering, hey, should you trade in your S23 Ultra for the Fold5? I would say probably not. If you just ask me directly, well, Jay, I want you to make a decision, I can tell you that I would not give up my S23 Ultra for the Fold5. If that was my only device, the S23 Ultra would stay. It's just how it is. For me, the Fold5 is phenomenal. It is great. I'm not giving up the S23 Ultra for a Fold5 though. Now, obviously, you have the Flip5, which is just a phenomenal. I mean, the Flip5 is so good that cover display is killing it right now, folks. And just the overall experience with the Flip5. I've got a video coming out on this. I'm gonna go ahead and put my case back on this one. It's an ultra thin case, but I've got a video coming out on this phone right here because, and I've got some already up, but it is just a phenomenal device. But the question remains for a lot of people: should you give up certain phones for other phones? And if it's your only device, okay, I get it. If it's your only device, I hear you. You got to do what you got to do. Especially if you're a creator and you want to move to the next device, no shame in it. Run your channel how you need to run it, as long as you're doing what you want to do to have fun and survive on your channel. But if you're a regular consumer and you only have the S23 Ultra, do you really want to pay another $900 just to get, you want to give up this phone and then add another $900 to $1,000 just to get this device for the new tech? I mean, you do what you want to do, but personally, that has been my #1 question amongst these 3 phones right here. Should I give up my S23 Ultra for the Fold5 or the Z Flip5? The short answer for me is I don't think you should do it. But you do what you want to do. This is just my opinion, and you make your decision based off of your experience with your S23 Ultra. That's what you need to do, because I'm telling you folks, the S23 Ultra is kind of like the kill-all be-all device for me at the moment. If I had to just have one device, that has got to be a question that a lot of people ask me a lot. If you had to have just one device, what would it be? If I needed all the bells and whistles, like if I was running my YouTube channel from a device and I needed something that was going to stand the test of time, it definitely would be the S23 Ultra. But if I'm just the average Joe, and I'm just somebody who has to have a really solid phone, it's always going to be something from the Pixel A lineup, the 7A, the 6A, the 5A. Those devices just do it. They get it done. They're affordable. They have great cameras for photo and decent camera for video, and hardware is killer on those devices. But those are going to be ones that I'm always going to lean towards if I just need a device. And it's just going to be something, and devices aren't my thing like they used to be. Like my car, if I only had my car channel, I would be using the setup that I'm using now, which is my Sigma lens, and I would have other lenses on my Sony camera. I wouldn't be using a phone to run my car channel. I will have all these external mics that I have going right now. It's just a thing. But with a tech channel, you can use phones. That's how great they are. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed discussion. Would you give up your S23 Ultra for the Z Fold5 or the Z Flip5, or did you give it up? And how do you feel about your choice after you've done so? It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Discussion's over. Take care.